Welcome, my name is Probable Prime, and I'm here to show you some medical imaging which has been imported into virtual reality for reviewing, visualization, and discussion. These images are all of me, and so therefore I own them, so let's take a look at them. If I hop into a different camera mode here, you'll see that we've got a variety of images going. These are all taken of me over a period of sort of 2 years, based on some various medical stuff. Over to the right here, we have some X-ray visualizations within VR. So we have an upper chest X-ray here, and we have a simulated light box here that I can turn on by hitting this this checkbox here in VR. And I can also move this around. And I can also take the X-ray off of the light box and sort of hold it up to the sky and take a look at it that way. I've also got a lower right leg or upper right leg X-ray here from two different angles. And again, I can take these individually off of the light box and turn around and look at them in whatever detail I would like. Following on from that, I've got a low power sort of emergency room MRI that was taken of me. This MRI comes in from the raw files, which are given to you via the hospital that you get an MRI taken from. If you have had an MRI or any sort of imaging, including X-rays in the past, you are usually legally able to get those images and use them wherever you'd like. So request them from your hospital or medical center, and they should say yes. They usually come in a CD, and then you can do a conversion process, which I'm happy to talk you through. Contact me via email, Discord, Twitter, or in the comments section. I'll happily help you out with that. So this is an MRI of my head. It was done in a sort of hospital setting, so the MRI was concentrated on just my head, which is why you don't see the lower half of my my jaw there. There are various options that I can do to kind of affect what we can see here. Such as, which parts of the brain you might be interested in looking at. I'm still trying to find the most appropriate settings to play around with this, as still very new technology that we're using here to play around with them. This one I kind of find difficult to play with, but it does show two different types of MRI. This one is the one that I usually play with more, though, which is a 3T bone MRI with contrast. This was a much more expensive MRI. It was taken at a specialist facility for neurological issues. And this one includes the full head and a lot more detail and a lot more resolution. So I'm much more confident playing around with this one. So again, here we've got this on a mode where it just looks how you might see it on the two-dimensional monitor, but you can also slice through this in basically any direction. So I can go sideways, I go from the top down, I can also go diagonally. It shows all areas of the brain, but it also shows things like my sinuses, eyes, teeth, and other structures in the head. Again, there's much of modes and settings and tweaks that we can do over here to alter how the image looks. So we can go to a transparent mode here, which enables us to kind of see inside the head, like a sort of transparent visualization, or a nebula as I call it. And then we can adjust things like the input range here to change detail and contrast, and then we can even go through the input offset, which allows us to highlight sort of other areas of the brain in different colorings, which may be handy. We can go back to this way where we're just taking a look at image slices. This works with any MRI data that's in DICOM format. We can take it and process it in a way that is viewable within this engine and do anything here. I would love to speak to any sort of healthcare professionals who would find this useful, such that we can discuss, what visualizations you'd like to see, what settings you'd like to see, what would help you make this better. Do you need certain features? Do you need certain capabilities? What would you like to see? In addition to that, we also have the ability to render the raw frames here. These are low-resolution sample images because I find the high-res ones over there much better, but we also have those high-res ones statically somewhere else in the world. So I can pull these out and take a look at the raw MRI. Like I said, these are quite low detail, but we have the high detail ones available as well in the world. Everything here. Again, I'm not a neurosurgeon or a doctor of any kind. I just found this cool and requested it when I got the testing done. Over here I have an X-ray upper chest CT that was also done in an emergency room, and this again is hooked up with exactly the same system that the previous scans are hooked up in. This being a CT and a lower power on that from a hospital, it is not in color like the cool MRI, but you can again grab this and we can slice through it in basically any direction. So if I slice through this way and then stop there, you'll see that we've got lungs here, and then these circles here are ribs. So it's quite interesting to see what's what, etc. Especially seeing as this is my chest, that's my brain, that's my leg. Like those are parts that I'm actually talking to you using. These lungs that you're seeing right now are providing the voice which I'm speaking to you with, etc. I can sometimes make out sort of the larger vessels inside each lung. I'm not sure if vessels is the right word for lung pipes, but there we go. And we can also make out things like the heart. We can also go top down, and that gives us a much better idea of the heart. As with the other scans, there are values here that we can mess with to change up the resolution and how things look. So if we do this, we get down to the skeleton a little bit more. So here you can see ribs and spine, and you can even sort of make out individual vertebrae. As well as a lot more sort of the three-dimensional structure, because I've taken away that sort of slicing effect, and now we're onto the sort of three-dimensional effect that exists. We've got some of the lower abdominal organs here. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what I'm looking at here, but we're heading towards the liver, the spleen, and the intestines down here. Stomach should be viewable up here. I don't know. This looks vaguely like a mix of the stomach and the heart, which makes sense based on the location. Again, I'm not a doctor. I would love to show this to a doctor so that we can, actually have a discussion and dialogue about what I'm even seeing here and, how this might be useful. That's it for the medical world as it currently stands. I'm working with several other friends, colleagues, and in some cases patients on various other types of scans. When working with them, we have to maintain their privacy, whereas these are all of me, so I can give them out because I own them, they're of my body, but I am requesting the abilities and the license on those as well. We've got a lower abdominal MRI and a knee MRI as well, and I'm trying to get sort of permission to showcase those in this world. Any other medical scans I get will be showcased in this world. If you're interested in visualizing MRIs within VR or visualizing any of the other types of data I've shown you, like X-rays and CTs, please let me know. You can contact me below via my various links that are in the video description, via a YouTube comment, via Discord, via email. Everything's there. Please reach out, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.